I hope I coached long. I hope I had the opportunity to coach long enough to feel bad about that. But that was my first college win, and I am happy. I did not think it was going to be easy, but I am proud of our young ladies because they made plays when we had to. So I don't care if people think it was ugly. I don't care if people were nervous. That was my first college win, and here's to how many ever is about to come next.
Okay, so you mentioned kind of there maybe some ugliness, but what was it about your girls as this game kind of went on that they were able to pull it out and I mean, even when they were cutting it, to 10 to 8, still seemed like you guys were pretty well in control.
Yeah, those 3 seniors right there, they all did significant things on the court, whether it was making a basket or getting a rebound or just keeping the team together. Obviously, Olivia Hackman, 26 points. That's her first time in her career going over 20. Erin with her 12 rebounds. Was that a career high for her? I'm not sure. Oh, no, okay. But again, the 5 steals may have been a career high for her. And then Connor King with 8 and 9, and her leadership. Those young ladies, again, we're going to go as far as they take us.
So what did you say to them in the timeouts down the stretch to kind of keep them level-headed?
Well, I felt like there was that one timeout I called after I spoke with the officials. I talked about just being tough. And you got to make tough plays, whether you're on the road or at home. No matter what the score is, people are going to compete. And we just needed to buckle down, be tough, get stops that included a rebound, and then come down and execute.
Was it just they started kind of making shots as this game went on, making some tough shots that they weren't early on that allowed them to kind of get back into it? Some turnovers on your end? What did you kind of see?
Well, I saw us get shots in the paint and us not score in the paint. And you can't ask for anything better than getting 2 feet in the paint with the ball in the paint and just going up and finish. I think that caused us some issues by not finishing. And then, they're not going to stop. That young lady had 31 the other night. And so I think she had 21 a night. I think that's what it was, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But, they're going to play. The players compete.
Come out at halftime again, kind of a slow, weren't knocking down some shots. The players thought they were getting the shots that they wanted, just not falling. What can you kind of attribute that to? Is there a mental thing? It's happened 2 games. It's only happened first 2 games. It's hard to talk about, trends or whatever. But
so far it is a trend.
Yeah.
We may have to practice going hard and then sitting down for 15 minutes. I think today may have been an extended halftime to 20 minutes, and then having to get yourself going again. We may have to practice that, and we may have to do something different. But we'll work on it. Again, I'll take those shots every day. I know Kay was 1 of 10, but those were good looks for Kaylee, and I want her to continue to shoot the ball.
And then Hannah No, obviously 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. What can you say about her performance tonight?
That is a nice weapon to have. Her ability to shoot. And there was one time she hit a shot, and then I took her right out. And I was like, oh my God, did you just make a shot? The coach was like, yeah, coach, she did. So call that a rookie mistake. I'll do my best not to have that happen again. But anytime you have a weapon like Hannah, you can always use that.
Okay.
Coach, I have a quick question. Your
Yes.
bench had 5 points against SLU the other night. They come out and rattle off 27 points. What can you attribute that to?
Erin Bowman. Before she went in, I didn't say anything to her before the SLU game, before she went in, and I said, I'm going to try something different. And I said, Erin, I gave her 3 goals. I said, I want you to run the floor, I want you to crash the boards, and I want you to play hard. She says, Coach, I got you. And I think she did it.
Any other questions?
Yeah, obviously you've got Alabama A&M up next. Can you just tell us a little bit about what you know about them so far?
Well, Coach Randall obviously does a good job in having them playing hard. You're going to see somewhat similar to what we saw tonight, and we got to go on the road. So we've got to do a better job of rebounding the ball for sure. Teams that don't necessarily shoot it that well from the perimeter, if they do a great job of crashing, then their field goal percentage is going to be pretty good. So we got to block out, play sound defense, get the rebound, and then go down and execute and finish in the paint.
Okay. Some of their leading scorers from their past 2 games, do you know anything about what type of players they are, how they've been able to, is it off the offensive rebounds, off turnovers, or?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's number 20. I don't know her name, but I think 20 is the one who is a driver, and she attacks. And she could cause a bit of a mismatch problem for us because of her athleticism. But yeah, we're just gonna have to play team defense. It's not just gonna be up to one person to stop her or whatever, but she will definitely be a huge part of our game plan.
Anything else?
Thank you, fans, for coming out and being able to deal with some of the problems we may have had, some technical difficulties, I'll call them. But again, it was the first game of the season, and so happy that even the Show Me Center could get it turned around after the crowd they had here last night. So thank you to them, and we are a work in progress.